MTSU, the football program receives the largest portion of the campus budget, yet its performance record doesn't reflect the millions invested in it over the years. When so much money goes into a program that isn't producing results that justify its funding, it makes you consider what other areas of campus are overlooked because of this imbalance.
Our PSA argues that MTSU should reconsider its funding distribution, shifting from an emphasis on football to a more balanced approach from all sports, organizations, and essential campus improvements.
Group has reviewed the university's budget, examined official records, and spoken with students who are directly affected by how funding is spread across campus to ensure PSA is based on facts and real experiences.
In our PSA, we interviewed multiple different students from different sports and clubs, and they had their own opinion on the bias of the funding put towards football and how it can be used to help improve their specific sport or club.
So do you play sports?
Yeah, I do. Mostly
soccer. Mostly soccer?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on football? More specifically, the MTSU football team.
Well, I think we suck pretty bad. But
as an unbiased interviewer, that's a fair statement.
Yeah, I also think the funding for football teams versus other sports, my case soccer, it's very biased, and football teams usually get all the amenities. Even though they're bringing more fan base than other teams, they still get more funding than they deserve, in my opinion.
I feel more funding to go into, more specifically.
Well, I think it needs to go into the utilities for other sports. They really need to split up the funding, and not even just for soccer. It's honestly one of the more well-paid sports, but there's some other smaller sports that really deserve funding as well.
That's fair.
According to a 2025 article by reporter Ephraim Rodenbach with MTSU Sidelines, MTSU club hockey team recently earned the #1 national ranking in ACHA Division 3. The team is outperforming nearly every other sport program on campus, yet receiving only a small fraction of resources dedicated to football. To understand how these funding priorities impact the rest of campus, we interviewed students familiar with other athletic programs. If you could use the funding from the football team for any other sport, what would you use it for?
Or any other sport?
Yes.
I would probably invest more into basketball, women's basketball, because I think they're probably the #1 sport on campus. Hockey, esports, and maybe tennis. I think that's a really interesting sport. I don't think it's looked into enough.
Do you think you could use it for anything else, like other than sport, like maybe something for the library or?
Yes, infrastructure. Enhance the infrastructure on campus. Definitely newer, more advanced dorms we have on campus right now. A little sucky. Student programs. I know, with the DEI change and everything like that, we lost a lot of programming for non-traditional students. But definitely repurposing that money to those areas.
According to the football team's cumulative 2025 statistics on MTSU's official athletics website, opponents consistently outperformed the Blue Raiders in most areas, scoring more points per game, gaining more yards per play, and converting more third down opportunities. Opponents also held possession longer and committed fewer penalties, showing a clear performance gap. Reporter Willie Failer emphasizes these struggles in an article for MTSU Sidelines after the Raiders' 56-30 loss to FIU this November, the team's sixth straight defeat. While the passing game hit season highs, the run game produced only 33 rushing yards on 24 attempts, ranking last in the conference. Additionally, the team's 10 different offensive line combinations, tied for most in the nation, created instability and made communication difficult. To understand these issues beyond statistics, we interviewed students who attended games and experienced these performance issues firsthand. According to a 2024 report by MTSU Sidelines reporter Eliza Lafferty, the head football coach earns $925,000, nearly double the university president's salary and around 10 times more than the average professor. Half of the highest paid positions on campus are tied to athletics. Meanwhile, tuition increased 5.39%, in part to cover rising athletic expenses, and academic programs, like the College of Business, pay faculty 31% below market value, even while being nationally ranked. During our interviews, multiple students emphasized how many areas across campus urgently need improvement.
So figured out that the football coach makes like $1 million a year, pretty much, for what he's doing, and I think that money could be put in my competitiveness.
Do you have any examples of where you'd like the funding aimed at?
Taught art hall, for sure. I feel like the art program here has like a lot of areas that could be like being in the classes. There are some equipment that seems outdated and like worn and torn and stuff like that. I feel like could benefit from that, and also art supplies, especially.
Today, we've shown that MTSU's football program receives a large share of the university funding, even though its performance doesn't really match the investment. We also demonstrated how this imbalance overshadows successful programs and clubs, and important redirecting even a small portion of this money can improve facilities and benefit different clubs, sports, and other aspects of our campus and university.
We urge all MTSU students, faculty, alumni to speak up and petition the university for a more balanced distribution of funding and resources that help all students and programs, not just football.